Hi, this is Christine, and we're going to take my pills with me today. My name is Christine. I have quadriplegic cerebral palsy, which is a mobility disorder caused by brain damage that occurred when I was 3 months early. There's a lot to that story, and I'm sure I'll tell more of it later. But for me, that means that I walk with forearm crutches or utilize a electric wheelchair. I am considered severely disabled because I can't do activities of daily living independently, meaning I can't dress my lower half, specifically my AFOs or ankle foot orthotics, and my shoes and my pants at this point, although there are times in my life that I was able to do that. Today is July 1st, which is the first day of Disability Pride Month. And I am going to steal a quote from probably somebody more famous than the friend that told it to me, but that's okay. Pride is not about a parade, it's a protest. So in June, the pride that existed for the LGBTQ plus community is continuing in July for those of us that are disabled. We aren't doing this because we're proud to be disabled, although that's not an inaccurate statement. We're doing this because we still need to protest. This country, United States of America, where I live, has a lot of laws, the ADA, IDEA, and so many others that protect those of us with disabilities. However, they're under threat. However, they're incomplete. They aren't funded well. There's so many problems. And we're still in the process of being recognized as full citizens of this country that have the same amount of respect and rights as a white cisgender male without disabilities. Which I guess there's a lot of groups that fit into that category. And that will kind of be a theme throughout my posts, that I also support other marginalized communities, not only because I believe everybody deserves respect as human beings, but because I feel like we need to come together and support each other for there to be significant change. So I'm not going to say a whole lot beyond that today. It's the 1st of July, and my hope is that I make a video as often as I can throughout this month about different disability-related topics, information, stories about my life. So if you have anything that you want me to talk about, please post in the comments. But I won't necessarily always have the spoons to do so every day. Spoons being something in the Spoon Theory by Christine. Help me out here, honey. I'll look up her last name. Hang on a second. Real time, reality. I want to say Marcelino or something similar. Miss Sandarino, who was attempting to explain to a friend what it was like to have a chronic illness, and happened to be using spoons because she was in a college cafeteria to demonstrate visually the amount of energy that it takes to do daily tasks as somebody with a disability or chronic illness. So that metaphor that she came up with has kind of taken off within the community, and we frequently use it. We call each other spoonies. My husband has gotten me jewelry with extra spoons, which is definitely an inside joke. A little bit about me for those of you that don't, more about me for those of you that don't know me. I don't know how many people watching this won't know me, but not only am I physically disabled from cerebral palsy, I have a spouse that has a traumatic brain injury, and if he feels like sharing more about that in the future, I'll let him do that, but not going to go beyond that. And I have children that deal with their own challenges. Again, I'm not going to overshare about their private information, but I am very involved in the disabled community, both because I'm a member of it and because I work with it every day. I'm a speech language pathologist. I currently work with the pediatric population, meaning that I work with kids that have disabilities that affect their communication and speech. And I have worked with adults in the past. So that's about who I am. What I'm hoping to do is not only bring awareness to the challenges that people with disabilities face, or disabled people as I prefer, which will be another topic. I prefer identity first language, but I still slip and use person first language because it was drilled into my brain so much when I was young. But realize that the stories I tell, unless I say otherwise, are just mine. And I'm only one of millions of disabled people in the United States and throughout the world who deserve respect, who deserve human dignity, and deserve their story to be told. And I haven't even taken half my pills yet. Let me know what you want to know more about, and I will hopefully do a video soon. Bye.